I guess I'll ask this. What is acceptable etiquette for a parent on the sideline? Either way. Yes.
I think to just don't just coach your kid, coach all the kids in a positive way as much as you possibly can, and try to reiterate the message that the coach is saying is the biggest point, because it shows that y'all are on the same page and there is no division amongst you two. For me as a parent on the other side, I look at it and I say, I only judge my daughter off 3 things. Okay. Energy, effort, enthusiasm about the game. I feel like makes and misses can happen. Turnovers can happen. Those are things that as a dad and as a trainer, we can go back in the lab
and get better at.
You can correct and get better at those things. But your energy, this is something you bring. This is a you thing. Your effort is a you thing. Your enthusiasm is a you thing. That ain't got nothing to do with the coach. So if you give me those 3 E's every night, as a dad, I can look back and say, you know what? We can fix the other things, boo. Yeah. You may have turned it over a couple times. You may have missed a few shots. Me and you can correct those. Yeah. But what you did give me is what I'm always requiring. Yep. Your energy was high, which couldn't allow good things to happen for you and your teammates. Your effort was high. You gave extra. You rotated an extra rotation. You dunked. You jumped on a loose ball. You was winning 50-50 balls. And you was happy, enthused about playing this game that you said to me that you love. Yep. No matter what's going on, whether you play 1 minute, I'm looking for those 3 E's. Yeah. 10 minutes, 50 minutes, the whole game. If you, as my kid, give me those 3 E's, I can manage to work with the rest. It's those things that are, to me, are intangibles of the game that no matter what team you play on, you're not always going to be the man. What if you are a kid that get a scholarship to come in and help this team for 5 minutes a game? Yep. You're going to have to still give me these 3 E's in college. If I come to your coach, he going to get rid of you. So let me just go ahead and play my position and understand this now. My job is, as a parent, is to teach you the things that you don't know or that you may not be being taught outside of when you see your coach. Yeah. And then when you get to that coach, I'm going to give him the utmost respect to do his job. And if things aren't right, let me do my due diligence as a parent to go back in the film and say, look, boo, when you're coming off this motion play on this handoff, you got to begin to attack downhill and make the best play for your team. I think a lot of people get caught up in saying, when you come off this handoff, bro, you need to score. You see that? You should have scored. You should have shot it. You should have shot it. No, I always, and that's in training. I preach to kids, when you come off of this, they be like, yo, coach, what do I do? Make the best play for your team. Once you get in there, I can't tell you to be a robot and say, do this, do that, do A, B, and C.
To make a read.
Make the read. I can't tell you what the read going to be.
It's going to change every time.
It's going to change. I think trainers get lost in the sauce by narrating. This is what's going to happen. This is what the play is. You need to make this pitch every single time. You need to shoot this pull-up every time or this other shot. No, when you come off the screen, kid, whether they go under, they show, they ice it, I'm telling you what to do with that.
Yeah, that's what I do myself.
You have to use your IQ.
Understanding that bottom man at the nail.
Read. And every time you know in pick and roll, you're looking at the help guy. Who is they head under the rim? That's the guy you look at. And then the second guy is the actual big in the pick and roll. That'll tell you everything you need to know. Yep. And then you play basketball.
Free game.
That's it.
Yeah.
I'm not telling you, come off of this.
Pull up there, shoot the floater here.
No.
Step back here.
I can't tell you that's going to be there every single time. But what I can say is, when you come off of this screen, if they go under, kid, then what a lot of coaches told me is make it a foot race. If you're not confident in just stopping and shooting that 3 when they go under, make it a foot race. See if that kid can beat you to the paint. Yeah. And if he can't, then you at the second level, and now you got to just make the best decision possible for your team.
Yep. Yeah.
That's it.
Nah, I fully agree with you on that, bro. And to piggyback what you said also about just what's the best way to be a parent on the sideline. Like you're saying, you encourage them to do the uncoachable things. Like you said, it's the effort, the energy, the enthusiasm for the game. Like I always talk about for me, I have the two E's is on a seesaw. If your energy and effort is low, that means your emotion is high. Take the emotion down and give me more energy and effort.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So when someone gets too high emotion, like, yo, you seesaw off. You know, you got to balance that thing back. Like, give me less emotion and more energy, more effort. You know, it's also, I'm a big proponent of body language, though. You know what I mean? I'm always getting on mine about body language. Because and not just mine, but kids I've coached. And a lot of them say, well, coach, I ain't do nothing. The hips, the hands on the hips, the jersey pull, all those are signs of body language, things that you're experiencing throughout the game. So I'm always, you know, cognitive of making him aware of those things to not get caught up in that part of the game. It's going to be ups and downs in life and the game itself.
Correct.
So let me ask, I guess to continue on where we're at, what are some things that you wouldn't want a parent to say on the sidelines?
That motherfucker can't guard you. Shoot that shit.
Okay.
Shoot it.
Shoot it. He shot. No. This is the one I don't like.
Go by him.
He shot it. You should shoot it. Nah, that's.
Honestly,
get yourself
it's the worst thing.
No.
To tell your kid to just go get buckets is the worst thing a parent can do.
Yeah. Tell your kid to make the right play. That's it. If you're going to say anything about what they're doing with their game, hey, make the right play. That should be the encouragement more than anything else. Make the right play.
Mm-hmm.
Make the right play. And I promise y'all, a lot of y'all will get recruited if you make the right play.
He's making the right play.
A lot of y'all not being recruited, free game,
mm-hmm.
you don't make the right play. And in college, everybody that came from wherever they was at was the man. That's what y'all got to understand.
Everybody was that dude.
Everybody was him. So
him or her.
Right play.
Trying to tell y'all ladies too. Him or her.
Just make the right play.
Yeah.
You get in the paint. You did your job. If they collapse, make the right play. I see a lot of kids get right in the paint. It's 4 people around you, and you're still trying to score.
Yeah.
When it's wide open people right around you.
No, this is the fact. As you speak about like recruitment, with my son, again, like he's early on, he's a sophomore, so he's listening. But the feedback that I've had at coaches that's looking to recruit him in game, that came to the game, they said, "Oh, I like how he's seen this read, like the third read on it. Like he came down, he's seen the weak side pass in the corner, and he did it 2 or 3 times inside the game. And those are things that like they text him like that's a high level read. And as a sophomore, we don't see a lot of sophomores making that. And I think that like making the right play, making the right read. And I think sometimes a lot of parents, let me see how I can frame this. A lot of people watch film selfishly.
Yeah.
And so like you're not watching film to understand what was the best read for the play or the best look. Like what should have happened inside that. A lot of them is like, well, you should have shot that pull up or you should have drove to the rim. Not, oh, this man had he overhelped and there's somebody wide open in that corner. And that's the skip that you should be making. It's not even a skip, but that's the pass that you should be making.
Yeah.
Right there. And
that's the lift.
Right. And a lot of players don't end up having that piece, especially again, if you don't have a coach, a trainer, or a parent that understands the game to be able to make the proper reads, whether it's the pick and roll, dribble drive, dribble handoff into the paint where you drew to, and then what should you be doing? It's not always lift over to.
Yeah.
There's better plays to make.
Sometimes it's the most simplest play to make that gets overlooked as well, you know.
Okay.
And I felt like, you know, and that's and hearing their lives where we was talking about what a parent should or shouldn't be saying or how a parent should be reacting while they're on the sideline, to where some parents may not just understand that level of basketball that's being played at that moment to make the proper comment to their child to either uplift them or help them in that moment. So, you know, it also boils down to, you know, just the basketball IQ as a parent as well. You know, if you're going to be one of them parents to try to be overly vocal, make sure you know what the hell you're talking about.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Make sure you're watching the game yourself. Make sure you're a student of the game, because what you're saying is being heard by multiple, not just yours.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
the gym loud, but
the gym is loud, but at the same time, when you're making certain comments, it can be heard by everybody.
Yeah.
You know, so make sure you're saying the things that make sense, not just for your child, but for their team itself.
Mm-hmm.
You know, don't get the other team the leg up by you saying the wrong thing out there. It's tearing your child's team down by making the wrong comment.
Yeah.
Or encouraging the bullshit that they don't need to be, doing anyway.
Yeah.
So, to kind of bring it all to full circle, there are multiple versions of how a parent should act. But if you're going to be that version of a parent that wants to be overly vocal, make sure that you have an IQ for what's going on, a feel for what's going on. Watch film with your child to understand them telling you what's expected of them. Mm-hmm. So now you can encourage that and, encourage what they're not doing sometimes. Hey, you ain't set that back screen in 45 like you should have, but parent don't know that because you ain't paying attention. Mm-hmm. You think about, you missed the shot. You missed the shot because you didn't set the screen, so you didn't get an open look to get a clean look to make the shot. Just things of that nature, though. So, parents to y'all, I mean, we love to see it's more parent participation in the sport than it has ever been, which is a great thing. It's good to see moms, dads, grandmas, aunties, uncles, and everything at the game because I came from an era where you go to AAU tournament, maybe like one parent there.
Fact.
We all in a van together.
Everybody came with their coach.
So I
swear that's the only thing I'm asking Wayne. I ain't never heard, and somebody correct me if I'm wrong, I ain't never heard a parent get in the game and say, "Can you please keep him in front of you?"
You rarely hear that.
How many parents?
If it's not a basketball parent, you're not hearing that. Mm-hmm. If it's not a basketball parent, you're not hearing that.
In front of you. Control and contain.
Yes.
How many parents are teaching defensive principles to their kid, knowing that's really the segue to get to the next level?
Yep.
There you go.
It's not going to be offense. A lot of y'all not going to go to college to score an enormous amount of points.
Mm-hmm. Who's telling that kid to get the help side, see ball in, man, hit the roller, box out, like, you hear rebound, but you don't hear box out. Like, but I also get, like I say, I get it. Like, I was talking to a mom. She's like, I didn't play basketball. I'm not a basketball person, but I've learned the game by watching my daughter and watching film with her. Mm-hmm. That's big. That's showing that she's growing as a parent as well as the kid is growing. Sometimes y'all parents have to grow with your child with the IQ of the game. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, like I don't want to take nothing from no parent because it's a blessing for a child to have parents at their game. Because, like I say, like we traveled back in the day with nothing, van, 3 coaches, maybe one parent that just loved to travel all the time, or maybe
had the bag.
Had the bag.
Might would have sponsored our team. They own for the ride.
Yeah, Dewan, I guess to throw it to you, make sure that you kind of answer. What would you say is something that, as a coach, you don't want to hear from a parent from the sidelines?
Offense. Okay. I can't stand for a parent to only talk offense from the sidelines because that just makes your kids selfish. And I say that to everybody. Talking offense to the kids makes it be selfish because it's not the kid's fault from a coaching perspective that the kid is trying to definitely honor their dad or mom and do as they're saying to do. Because at the end of the day, like you said, they go in the car with their mom and dad after this game is over with. You know what I mean? And a lot of times, if I'm a kid and I put my kid in their shoes, I just want to make my dad proud. I just want to make my mom proud.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? With the way that I played. Win, lose, or draw, I want you to say you proud of the way I played and what
That's all a kid really wants, bro.
You know what I'm saying? So from that sentiment, I understand. What I would try to tell parents is 2 things. Reiterate the message that's coming from the head coach because that aligns with your kid making the best decisions for the team concept. You know what I'm saying? And 2, support defense more than you do offense. If you honestly want your kid to be better and want them to succeed and want to get your kid to the next level, you will preach more about defense than you will about offense, because it's a lot of talented kids. And to be frank and honest, they're not coming to get your high school kid for offense when I can go in the portal and get a 23-year-old.
That's already there.
That's already there. So if I'm going to pride myself, I'm going to pride myself on the 3 E's: energy, effort, and enthusiasm. You know what I'm saying? And playing defense. And I will get myself an opportunity based off just that.
Yeah.
For instance, his son has an elite skill in that shooting. So as long as I bring energy, effort, and enthusiasm, and I got a flamethrower, that gives me more opportunity to what I'm already doing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So parents, preach defense. Preach the same message that the head coach is preaching, even if you don't agree, because it keeps everybody in a tight knit. It keeps everybody on the same page. It keeps you from having bad apples. Once you get in that car and you start preaching something totally different, you're going to create division with the team, because your son or daughter is going to listen directly to you and not the coach.
Especially if you're saying what they want to hear in the moment to make them feel better.
Yeah,
correct.
I love.
You should have shot that. You should have shot that thing 3 more times.
3-point line, and I think a lot of parents are oblivious to that part. Like, because you've seen your son make 3 shots this game, you think he's supposed to be a shooter, but he's shooting 14%. So he might have made 3 that game, but the scout report's still gonna say let him shoot.
Let him shoot.
And y'all thinking let him shoot means keep shooting.
Nah,
it's Coach Lewis told me, DeJuan, it's the reason why that kid is open.
Oh no, that's the old school saying, but you open for a reason. It's the
reason why he's open, and it's not because he can shoot.
You open for a reason.